Okay, so good afternoon. Happy Monday. I think it's Monday. I don't know. It's August 9th, 2021. I got up with the best intentions today to be just a happy, rambling old woman. Just, wishing everybody joy, everybody happiness, everything is just going to run smoothly in their life because I'm trying to move forward and not bring baggage with me. But I get up today and oh my God, what do I have? More baggage. Oh my Jesus. What is happening with people helping you help yourself be proactive in whatever the life challenge is? And so you make an agreement with the stimulus to not uh to work with whatever the client or the person or the individual is asking for. You're doing your best to get an understanding and then get compliance and then get confirmation, and then you move on to the next issue. So we had a lot. We put on our big girl panties and called ourselves handling our shit in July, so that we wouldn't be stressed in August, September, October, or November. Cause I have a lot going on right now. To be an old lady, 75, losing retirement income and having to find another apartment, and my significant other of 46 years is in a skilled care facility. I got a lot going on. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the ball, ahead of the curve, by calling and having understandings going on with my life and what I need to have happen so that we can seamlessly, move to the next journey, to the next stage, to the next progress. But my God, to get up today and find out none of that took place because who you were speaking with did not follow through. And man, follow through is all we need right now. Oh my God. I got it with just the idea of saying, let's all just breathe in and breathe out and accept these life ticks, these life realities, these life suggestions, these life situations, you know, that you go through and you have to take care of. And when you call yourself handling it, it's just not a good feeling to have things not work. So I had two major things that I thought I'd taken care of in July. Had confirmations that everything was going to be great in July, only to get up in the middle of August and to come to find out that nothing that we agreed upon in July is happening in August. And then you want me to inhale on the error because it's my account and my life that's in an overdraft statement. Oh my God. And my heart is beating, and I don't know how to be an adult when I'm conversing with someone that has their, I'm not going to say foot on my neck, because I made the agreement to do A, B, C, D with them. But then when I tell you I can't do A, B, C, D, just be patient and follow through. I'm so choking right now, 'cause that was one. And then to turn around and look for a refund or a credit from another company that was supposed to have taken place here again, middle of July. And here we are in the second week of August, and no accounts have been credited To my knowledge, no refund checks have arrived to my knowledge. And when I call to have a conversation with you, oh, you're not taking messages. And there's a problem trying to leave a message. And so all my getting of thinking my life, I wanted to uh, exhume happiness and exhume fulfillment. It all just got kicked right into this thunder. So now I'm having to breathe, inhale and exhale, and try to get to the next part of my life. Oh my God. I'm learning how to drink water so I don't start choking. So, like I said, guys, I woke up with the best intentions. I wasn't even going to talk about the things I've been ranting about and rambling about for the last couple of days. And I know for a fact over the last couple of sessions that I've tried to share with you. So I wasn't going to rant. I wasn't going to rage. I wasn't going to have a lot of animosity within my heart. I was going to try to have pleasant conversations or pleasant mental conversations with you guys. But that all got shot down and shot down. So now I'm having to readjust. I'm having to figure out, well then, how do I recover? Because I cannot go. Remember, I've always said there are 86,400 seconds in every day. So the first half of my day is shit. Now, what do I do to recover the last half of my day? Because you just made me put 86,400 divided by 2. So, what am I supposed to do with the next 43,200 seconds? How do I turn this negative energy into a positive energy that will make my day productive? Well, what was going to have me so happy when I got up this morning was that in my day yesterday, I stumbled upon, what's it? Richard Smallwood's Hold On, Don't Give Up. Or I just put in Hold On by Richard Smallwood. And it just blessed my spirit. It blessed my spirit. And then, of course, I listened to the Dallas Fort Worth Mass Choir doing Another Chance. So these two tunes just spoke to my soul on yesterday. I played them over and over and over again. And then let's not forget uh, Richard Smallwood's Total Praise and James Cleveland's Breathe on Me. These were things that just spoke to my spirit and my soul that were going to give me a comfortable way to get up today and and share a positive concept with you or a positive concept. And I know I have all the correct words I'm supposed to be using, but because it's a little rambling and I'm a little old, I may not be connecting all the dots. But I know one dot I know am connecting to today are the two things, the two situations, the two issues that I thought I had settled in July have only come to bite me in the butt come August. So then I go, okay, I limp between all those things and I just look at my uh schedule or talking points again. And I happen to tap on to just visually looking at Simone Biles and her boyfriend and her enjoying just not being under the stress and looking really good and I'm hoping I am wishing that becomes and praying that becomes a lasting relationship. Do things the right way. Take your time, get out of the spotlight, and try to find some peaceful avenues for which we're going to negotiate our activities in this thing called a relationship. And then I turned on, no, didn't. I looked again at one of the clips on my web this morning, and it goes, pro Trump pastor who said Trump would be back in office in June now says he was inaugurated in March. And the pastor's name is Jeff Jansen, Jansen, claiming to have prophetic insights of the times and our seasons about this thing called election fraud. And if I hear one more person, what's the My Pillow guy, the oh my God, the list goes on and on and on. And actually, before I got to my negative point today, I'd made just a list that I wasn't even going to go. I wasn't even going to go to the throat of these folk today. But since Pastor Jeff Jansen is on talking about election fraud, it brought all that other stuff back. Like A1, race, there's never a happy lining with this motherfucking thing called racism. And my list of names that I had, I am so sick of Laura Ingraham. I'm so sick of Candace Owens. I'm so sick of Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity. Oh my God. Joel Olson, John Hagee, Kenneth Copeland, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, you segregationist, you nationalist, you Paul Ryan, you Sheila Jackson Lee, you Nancy Pelosi, you Chuck Schumer, you Greg Abbott, you DeSantis. Man, you have gotten fat and rich at at my expense. Because I'm only speaking for one old 75-year-old black woman right now who is just, I am sick and tired of your bullshit. You know there was no election fraud, and how you can use election fraud, how we have defined it prior to January 6th is an insult to my children as they hear you grown folks talking about election fraud, and you know there wasn't any. What the fuck? You're making it where I can't even have civil conversations without cursing, without becoming frustrated behind your bullshit. So now, hey, women, you know, I hope you've looked at Netflix. I hope you've looked at Netflix America, the motion picture, because we women are gonna have to we're gonna have to come together. In the movie, you white women gave these motherfucking white men all this passion. You gave them a purpose to get out of their bullshit that really worked for growing this country called America. But the men have failed us, women. So now it's going to take you white women and you black women and you brown women and you women of color and you poor women and you women across the board whose lives suck. You're not getting any help. You're suffering and you're vulnerable and you know it. And I know I said white women, but my God, you poor white women that are on this Donald Trump election fraud bullshit, get a fucking grip. It's time for you to step, like my son told me today, it's time for you to put on your big girl women panties and call these spades a spade and let us women come together around just getting rid of this bullshit. Oh my God. I'm so sick of you guys. You don't understand. I'm sick of you because you're not trying, you've actually succeeded to date of choking the living shit out of women and their needs and their concerns, and you stepped on their possibilities. You've stepped on their opportunities. It's unfair. So now what we women are going to have to come together and do and see if you start getting women, all of us, to come together and talk about how you have just choked us since, oh, 1776, and not giving white women the right to vote until 1921, and not giving black women the right to vote until 1968, which meant all other minorities got the right to vote in 1968. We are so sick of your bullshit. You're making it uncomfortable for us to have nice conversations with our children whom we are trying to tell the truth, TRUTH, too. So now we're going to have to join hands across the board and tell those, don't make me go through my list again, from Laura Ingraham to Tucker Carlson to John Hagee to Joel Oates. Don't make me go through my list again. T.D. Jakes, Sheila Jackson Lee. Don't make me go through this list again. Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland. Don't make me go through this list again. Where you've gotten just that over the least of us. You're a million big. You've stolen so much money. I just knew you were doing it, realized you were doing it. I know for sure in 1968, but you white motherfuckers got me to come to the polls and vote for you, and you have not served my interest at all. You have not improved the material conditions of my fucking life and all people that are non-white. So now you got me back on my shit speech again. One, there is no silver lining with racism. And two, you can't work your way out of it. So poor women, poor white women, black women, brown women, women of color, women across the board whose lives are sucking because you're vulnerable and you're struggling, we have got to come together because there are more women than there are white men. Now, all we women have to do is, hey, we're either going to stop fucking these men. Yes, I said stop fucking them. Just cut off having sex with them and see how their ego shrivels. See how they can't process a thought. Because if you looked at America, the motion picture, you know that the only thing white men bring to the table is bullshit and beer. But mostly bullshit because they don't have an idea. And that's where we women now, August 9th, 2021, we're going to have to envision a new reality. It's just that simple. Because I can't get up frustrated anymore. Oh my God. Just with my personal stuff. I got to put that on hold. And, Jesus, you got to take care of that. But now, women, I'm talking about these non-sufficient funds checks we've been getting since 1770 fucking 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 1921 for sure. 1968 for others for sure. And so we've been putting up with your bullshit. And all we got out of the deal was segregationist, white nationalist, and what you I need and you can't have. And here again, I'm so angry. I'm sitting here now doing my podcast and don't have no teeth in. So I hope you're understanding what I'm saying to you. Oh my God. Mm. Truth be told, don't let me talk about Obama's birthday party. I appreciate the fact that he's 60 years old, but I wish to God you get somewhere and sit the fuck down because you're living. And see, when white folk get real mad at you, they have a tendency to take shots at you. Huh. And so, what I'm going to need you to do is just come back and sit down and channel down to not being so out there in the public, which is not really, it's not me, because I didn't get an invitation. I wasn't one of the 200. I wasn't one of the others that refused to come because of COVID. And here again, because of COVID, you should have just been at home having a marvelous evening with Michelle because you guys look great. Your whole family is great. I just want you to be here for my babies that are 17, 18 that grew up with you, get to see you get to 95 because you've learned when to open your fucking mouth. Because right now, I'm going back to yesterday, and these corporate Democrats are not sharing and improving the material conditions of my life and all others. And I'm going back to my all others guy. Let me tell you now, I'm going to say it one more time today. Those who I started with from the Ingrams and the Grahams and the Ted Cruz all the way down to segregationists, white nationalists, Paul Ryan, Chuck Schumer, Greg Abbott, DeSantis, you will not be there forever. And there are more of me than there are of you. So now I am asking uh you white folk that are pushing this thing called election fraud, I'm going to ask you to check yourself. Come on now. You really don't. Do you really want women to just get here and show you how it's supposed to go? Because we've been having to share forever. We've been having to get off the pot forever. Oh, and like we say for black women, but for all women, we are the most neglected, disrespected, and unprotected group of individuals in this thing called the United States of America. And I can't be the only one out here at 75 being black and female at that, then don't recognize that somehow some tomfuckery took place. And so now we don't have anything but glaring greed. And then you have the nerve and audacity not to want to let these babies come up and grow up and have a seat at the table. Oh my God. I'm so sick of your non-sufficient funds checks. I'm sick of them. And I wanted to be happy today. I wanted to be resilient today. But women power, women, we must consider joining together to change the conditions of our communities. And you white women at the top that are enjoying things, understand, babies. It's a blessing for me to look at you, Christy Teigen. It's nice for me to see you too, Hoda Kemp. All the women that be, oh my God, don't let me forget Miss Oprah and Miss Anna DuVernay. You've got to open up and start sharing. You can only live in one multi-million-dollar house at one time. You have got to help to get to those people that consider themselves in positions of power to rethink this thing called racism and understand that the United States is supposed to be responsible for the efficient and effective functionings of our economy and defense. You're supposed to be protecting the 331 million individuals that live in this thing called the United States of America. And you're not. And I'm tired. You made me lose all my stuff. All my goodness. But we women, men cannot respect our body. Only I can respect my body. Men have no right to say anything about anything that has to do with women. Not your anatomy, and I don't care how you process the information. Because I have to stay on the affective side of this thing called living with you motherfuckers. So now, since you won't treat us right, I'm suggesting, hear me well, that we just stop fucking you. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing you seem to like. Shit. Racism has no silver lining. There is no there is no silver lining with race. There's no thing as right race. Shit, I can't even get the words out. I'm so frustrated. But there's no such thing as nice racism. And what I've learned over my 75 years, and I worked 30 of those years, and even I, at 75, have not worked my way out of racism. You still have your nasty thoughts in my head and on my movements. So I'm asking we women, all of us, white and black and brown and of color and poor, and those of us across the board who are vulnerable and struggling, to come together and to be able to create a narrative that tell our men they need to sit down and shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I was gonna be so happy today. Hmm. I was gonna be so happy. I'm just saying, and shoot. I'm only speaking for me. I'm only speaking for me and my house. I don't know anybody out there. I don't know anyone out there that's ever heard of me that knows me. So most about this, I'm so saddened today. And my thing was to get up and be happy. But these non-sufficient funds checks, you keep trying to put them in my way. So we still fall short. But in the end, I'm thankful. I'm going to walk in the light. And I invite all of us to just walk in our light and walk in it hurriedly to our destiny. Because sooner or later, our narrative, our story, our truth must be shared so that it becomes what do we call it? The owner's manual or the manual for life for our babies under us, under 75. Mm, mm, mm. Let's just walk in the light. Begin to breathe in, breathe out, put one foot in front of the other. Mm, mm, mm. And thank God for me and Richard Smallwood, because I'm just trying to hold on. Hold on, don't let go. And I'm tired of crying. So I gotta realize and share that my valley is temporary. What I'm going through is temporary. And tomorrow is gonna be a better day. And tomorrow, I hope I'm more happy and that this conversation with you today did not bore you to death. But I'm telling you, these struggles are real. And I've had to minister to my heart that these teardrops and these heartaches, they come. And what we have to do is just keep getting up until we don't get up anymore. So I promise to be a little bit more happier tomorrow because I'm going to work on just happy thoughts. Mm. Oh, yeah, oh, you know, I'm looking at the $1 trillion budget. Just the last point. I'm looking at this $1 trillion budget and I don't see a stimulus check. Oh my God, for women. Oh my God, I don't see one for black women, brown women, poor women, women of color, women across the board who struggles and they're vulnerable. I don't see you speaking to us at all. And it's so heartening. It's so disheartening. Because from Laura Ingraham all the way down to DeSantis, you've gotten fat and rich at our expense. And I guess just enough of us have not been getting up, going to the polls to say your bullshit is just that. And this election fraud, I don't want to speak about that anymore because you're just being really, 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 really a dick. Huh. We must teach our children how to share and how to accept loss. But at the highest levels in this thing called America, we don't see anybody playing by the rules. not on infrastructure, not on health care, not on crime, not on labor, not the economy, not on education, not on economics, not on law, not on politics, not in religion, not in sex, not in war. Those of you who call yourself in positions of power, you have had your rope on our necks for a long time. And you've been here since 1776. And I came in 1619. And this United States is only 245 years old. Of which you didn't even, the white woman didn't even vote before 1921. And so I'm actually holding all you folks that are in there right now on these TVs, Ingrams and Candace Owens, Hannity's, and you are out here sharing this madness about election fraud as if this is going to be your journey for the rest of your life. But you don't mind causing hurt and harm to other women. So I'm just asking again that we women, we got to think a new thought. And we're going to have to come together to solve these conditions because they're real. Our children are looking at us, and we must protect our children from early childhood mental illnesses. One of the ways we do this is that we tell them the truth and that we understand there is no such thing as best. There is no such thing as nice racism. There is no such thing as working your way out of racism. So we're going to have to collectively come together to think a new thought. Yours in liberty. Until tomorrow.